Good morning. Pretty well aware of how rough I look this morning, but it is what it is. I wanted to talk to you about creating a bring-in and a turnout procedure that really helps your horses be cooperative components and participants of your process, and making it so much easier for you to do things smoothly, and how valuable it is actually to them to have kind of a set idea of what is expected of them and how it's done. So my turnout process is I bring the lowest horse out first. So the idea is, your herd and how each horse ranks. You bring the lowest man out first, because when there's a reason for your horse to hang out at the gate, it's always top dog. Top dog owns the gate. So if you put top dog out first, he's going to hang out at the gate waiting for the next guy. But he's going to make it really hard for you to put in the next guy, because he's owning the gate, and he's going to remind the next guy coming through the gate he's the boss. So I always put low man out first, so that low man can hang out at the gate until the next guy comes, but he actually has a chance to walk away from the gate before the higher guy comes through the gate. So he is not feeling any discomfort in this process, because there's a dominant horse pushing him around or attacking him because he's trying to get past him at the gate. And then as the rank changes, so low man, next low man, next low man, and then all the way up to the highest man. When I bring them in, it's the opposite. I bring in high man first, because he's already owning the gate, because there's a reason he wants to come in. I bring in, and then my horses are really, and this you'll see will happen, is they'll wait their turn. So high man stands at the gate, I bring high man in, come back out, and the next high man is waiting at the gate. I come back out, the next high man is waiting at the gate. The lowest man is nowhere near the gate, which is something a lot of people realize when you own the lowest horse, that it's hard to get your horse to come to the gate when you want them to come to the gate. And that's not because your horse doesn't want to come to the gate. It's because your horse has to respect those that are owning the gate, and they're not going to get near the gate because it's not allowed. It's not part of their rules. So I don't know if that's helpful for anybody who's struggling with their turnout and turn-in processes. I've never ever called it turn-in, but I've heard people do, so that's why I started calling it that. But if there's ever a struggle in that, try that. Try changing the order that you do it in. Because sometimes, even if like a lower man is at the gate when you get to the gate, and you think, oh well, I'll just grab him. Well, watch what happens when high man sees you grabbing him instead. High man is going to come running to the gate, or walking with a lot of determination. And when he gets there, he's going to scare the guy you're trying to get through the gate, and maybe so much so to where you get hurt. You might get lucky enough to get him out of the gate. You might. But you're pushing your luck, number one. Number two, you're creating anxiety for the lower horse for no reason, because the lower horse is now going to be afraid that guy's coming up behind me. Let me go, let me get out of this gate. Look out, lady. So just letting you know that you can really create a very calm, orderly way of doing things that makes sense to the horses. And again, I think I did a video a minute ago that was about how if you are a big barn and the theory is we're too big for that, we have too many horses to do stupid stuff like that. Well, my theory is If you have too many horses to manage properly, then either you have too many horses or you are understaffed. And if you don't want to have a staff, then I think you should downsize the horses, because managing your horses is part of your job. Proper management of your horses is part of your job. Safe management of your horses is part of your job. And if you're not willing to do your job, then maybe you're in the wrong line of work. And then if it's, oh, well, you know, there's so many different people help out around here, it's really hard to keep everybody on the same page. Well, then you have a Saturday morning meeting and you set everybody on the right page. You set everybody on the same page. Saturday morning, it's time to bring all the horses in. Why don't we all go to that field of 6 and all of us be a part of bringing that field in? Not each of us take one of those horses. All of us do the process 100% the way you would do it if it was just you bringing in that field. One horse at a time. All of us do that. It's worth it. It would be worth it to me to have a monthly or bi-monthly Saturday morning to make sure that all my people know how I want something done, how it works best for my horses, how it's safest not only for my horses but for the person that's handling them, and being able to be certain that nobody misunderstands, nobody's off, you know, being a chief of their own and doing it their way. And if there are people out there doing it their way, you're going to find that out, and then you can make decisions based on that, whether or not this is a staff member that's really a good fit. To me, a staff member that doesn't do things the way I want them done in my barn is a staff member that doesn't fit. There's plenty of young people looking to help out around barns, or at least there was a day that was true. If finding good help is the issue, my thoughts are help that doesn't do it the way you want it done isn't good help. So, I guess it depends on how you look at it. My job, my responsibility, my passion, and everything that I strive to do is based on the quality care for the horses, the safe care of the horses, the safe handling of the horses, and the safety of the people asked to help you with the horses. So that's my procedure, and that's kind of my thoughts on help or reasons to dismiss anybody's excuses why good procedures cannot be implemented. Bye.